I was traumatized at a party, but instead of helping me, my older brothers made fun of me for it and dismissed it. I decided to help myself, and after healing on my own, I started telling my brothers what I really think of them. The truth hit them like a slap to the face and they were not happy. I hate my family. I'm the oldest of 6 siblings, all of them are boys, and because my mom is dead, I was the woman of the house, so to speak. But not in the way you're thinking, because it wasn't like I was treated worse than them. Quite the opposite, actually. Even though they were all younger than me, they went out of their way to make sure I was okay. Whenever I had a party to go to, or hadn't come home by 11 p.m., one of them always insisted on driving me home. And they never once shied away from buying me new tampons or picking up new makeup for me. It felt like I had a family of my own personal bodyguards. So when I was at a frat party one day with my friends, I wore exactly what I wanted without a care in the world, ripped jeans and a crop top. And it was my first real party since I turned 21, so I drank 2 tequila shots. I would have drank more, but I didn't want to be out of control. Plus, my friends were already acting pretty crazy. But as I danced to Disturbia by Rihanna, I felt a guy come up behind me and pull my waist into his hips. I didn't even want to look at him, because he smelled of devil's lettuce and alcohol. It was disgusting. But before I got the chance to push him off me, I felt myself being helplessly dragged into a dark, empty room. Panic filled my body as I heard the door lock behind me, and when I turned to look at him, the light from the window shone onto his face. My blood went cold, because I'd seen him before, in my lectures, wherever I ate, on the bus home. This was the same guy that my friends convinced me wasn't stalking me. The next 10 minutes were the most terror-filled moments of my life. His eyes locked with mine. I couldn't move any part of my body. I couldn't even scream. When he was done with me, he just pulled out and left. I turned over onto my side and texted my brother to come pick me up. Tears were streaming down my face. None of my friends were even looking for me. When my brother came, I ran into the car and completely broke down and spilled the truth. I knew as soon as you left the house in that outfit something bad would happen. But hey, at least now you've learned your lesson. Through my tears, I just stared at him and hoped that this was some weird male humor. But then he just kept driving, acting like I had just told him that my crush rejected me. My heart broke. I checked my phone, and still none of my friends had noticed I left. When I got home, I wanted nothing more than to just run up to my room and cry under my sheets. And that's exactly what I did. Until my brother started telling all my other brothers what happened. Immediately, a conversation broke out into how much I deserved it. And soon, one brother even chimed in saying, I feel like if I was R-worded, I would just choose to take it as a compliment. Another laughed and said, hey, the universe was just teaching her modesty the hard way. Better late than never. Then they all burst out laughing like it was the funniest thing they've ever heard. At this point, my face was throbbing from how hard I'd been crying. But then I stopped. Not because I wasn't upset. I absolutely was. It was one of the most painful moments of my life. But through all the pain, I realized something. My family thought they knew me, but they were about to find out otherwise. Because I'm not the kind of woman who falls apart when pushed. I'm the kind that teaches people not to underestimate her. I finally called our Aunt Zoe, Mom's sister, desperate for someone who might actually care. She was horrified by my brother's reaction, but lived across the country and couldn't travel immediately. Instead, she helped me find a local women's support group, promising to visit as soon as she could arrange it. I snuck out to my first support group meeting the following week, lying to my brothers about having a study session. Walking into that room of strangers was terrifying, but not as scary as going back home. As other women shared their stories, I had intense flashbacks to my assault. My heart raced so fast I almost bolted for the door. A counselor named Onyx noticed and quietly sat beside me, just being present until I could breathe normally again. She didn't push me to share but gave me her card with her cell number.